God damn it. God damn it. God damn it.
Oh my god. I got some followers. Check this out. Welcome, Jester. Let me pull up the... I'm new to Twitch. How do I... Let's see. Is there a way to see the... That's rooms. Where's the... Huh. Where do I see the, user list? I don't know where that is. Oh, there it is. Okay. Welcome, Apple Bad Apple. Welcome, Atha Caspin. Welcome, Commander Root Jester Juggalo. Slow Cool. Spoonie. Spoonie's here. Welcome. Virtualware. Ooh boy. So, I'm not even gonna try to do the normal script. I'm just messing around on Twitch. I'm gonna thank my patrons though, because I gotta thank my patrons. So thank you, Kior, Kytra, Andrew, and Casey. And also thank you to Mari, and also. Thank all of you. Oh my god. No, I fucked it. Okay. Okay. So, welcome to Twitch, I guess. Let's see how this goes. I don't know what I think. Oh boy. Okay, let's take this banner away here. I don't need that banner, I just need, green and purple. I forgot about that. I forgot I was green and purple. Well, thank you, Spinny, for following. It sure is Tuesday. No problem. Oh my god. Could you get the, light? Thank you so much. The Deuteragonist is following. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome to Green and Purple Land.
Tuesday again? No problem.
Not a Bravo. I like to tell people that's no problem in Esperanto, but it's not.
I want to stream on Tuesdays so I can say that.
Tuesday again?
No problem.
No problem.
No problem.
Alright, where's my gate? It's like stupid high. Doesn't need to be that high. Maybe it does. Right about there is good. If I turn... Oh, my mic's up all the way. Huh. Give me 1 second. Alright. There. That fixes it. Kaneko, welcome. Land of green and purple. Yeah. Yeah. Let me change my color here. Let me shift my hue. Oh wait, that's the alert box. I don't want to shift the alert box. Oh boy. Oh my god. Here, this one. Let's turn me... I'm green now.
Don't, stop.
What?
Stop it.
I'm green now.
You don't got
Do you have a problem with that?
Yeah, you don't got it.
Well, I'm more green now.
You don't have to do that.
How does this make you feel?
You look like toothpaste.
Well, now I look like toothpaste. This looks way more like toothpaste. I'm made of ice now.
It's so bad.
Stop it. I just showed up from Navi.
Stop!
Oh my god, I'm a musician.
Adam.
This is not music. This isn't music what I'm doing. I'm extra blue now.
Stop.
Oh, look at my lips.
No.
Holy shit. That's so blue.
Coral blue.
What the fuck?
What's that? SpongeBob
Oh my god.
reference?
Coral blue number 5. Whoa.
That's so good.
This is
Just
ridiculous.
Great.
Oh my god. Shift my hue.
Oh.
Shift my hue. There I am.
Oh no, that's so... There.
That's pretty good. That's fine. That's fine.
Spoonie says, Jackal-Nide.
Jackal-Nide.
Laugh out. Laugh out.
It's like watching someone try to make an MLPOC. Oh my god, how many gaudy colors can you get? Holy shit. Let's make me a little less yellow. There, I'm a little... This is natural. This is a natural, I had to balance my camera out. Oh my god. So, welcome to the stream. Is my guitar out there?
It should be. So I may have to step out soon because my roommate...
Oh, right.
Yeah, but
Is the ukulele also out there?
It is up there.
Ukulele. Welcome.
I will get the ukulele.
I don't know who I was saying welcome to. I don't think I think if anyone joined and I didn't see, welcome.
I did.
You joined, welcome. Oh my god. So, in the meantime, here, let me put myself in the corner. Let's play a song.
He inhabits the circle of eternity. To God, there is no past, present, or
Right.
future.
I'll get the ukulele.
All time is present at any given moment.
I could just do this.
He is the great and only I am.
Vesica Piscus, your pal lucky symmetry. I'm a cloud of probability until you look at me. I am Trinity, like divinity. I am every single up you see on DMT. I am the glow everything has on acid. You're hit to keep it lit before you pass it. The overdose and the crime and you surpass it. I'm the best, worst thing that could have happened. I'm disastrous. Fluid time, every cause and effect. Truth behind every creed, east to west. The conjoint actor, spiritual expression. On point with acronyms, but that's another lesson. I'm a complex microtonal sus4 chord. Putting words in a herd's all I'm good for. Fucking up rhyme schemes, reconsider what time means. Open a can of mind beans like, hey, where'd you find these? My mind's making me lose it. So I found God and I seduced him. Pillow talk with no clothes, told me all he knows. And I was slow with what he showed, but I got it. My code's without a user. I found the goddess and seduced her. Between trading tones, rival notes, we bellowed, fell into a drone and it got me. I am the all. No matter what came first, we're all one with the universe. Nobody knows how to argue. I'm a god and so are you. There we go. Syllables in the Father's words. We're all tendrils from Mother Earth. Nobody knows how to argue. A perfect fifth to 3-to-2 ratio. I'm the vision in the distance you ain't got a way to know. I am perfect, I'm the first decision of divine division from below. I'm the bones and the birds and the branches, the full spectrum of feathers on a dragon. And every been there and done that has been had, I've mastered and bastardized while I'm at it. Authority, a power chord in any key. The very source of the Anunnaki. The top-down theory, every conspiracy is hearing me and feeling a need to scream heresy. If there's a kernel of truth to every myth, then a grand circle where all that lives. You and I ain't gotta wait to relate with it. Take it back to the fifth, we can play with it. My mind's making me lose it. So I found God and I seduced him. Pillow talk with no clothes, told me all he knows. And I was slow with what he showed, but I got it. My code's without a user. I found the goddess and seduced her. Between trading zones, rival notes, we bellowed, fell into a throne and it caught me. I am the all. No matter what came first, we're all one with the universe. Nobody knows how to argue that I'm a god and so are you. Syllables in the Father's words. We're all tendrils from Mother Earth. Nobody knows how to argue. I am a god and so are you. Unknown chosen metaphysical BS feeds into an overgrown messiah complex. Starseed, indigo, what do you expect? Heartbeat can't ascend until that ego's dead. A sense of self that only gets you so far. On the fence is subpar when compared to the stars. The hell that led to who you are, you got through it.
Up to you to take your instrument and tune it, but you're human. We talk shit, we love it, starting stirring shit and then pretending we're above it. But that net's nothing when the clock's set, running in the best jet, coming, quit bluffing. 8D shapes and God's perfect angles, numbers from the angels, timelines tangled, you're deserved. Find harmony, serve it, and if your choir's attitude, wait to turn and swerve it. My mind's making me lose it, so I found God and I seduced him. Pillow talk with no clothes, told me all he knows, and I was slow with what he showed, but I got it. My code's without a user, found that God has introduced her. Between trading zones, rival nodes, we've hallowed. Wow. My thoughts may be denied, so I found thoughts so I could fight them. Thank you.
We have a ukulele. Thank you, Marty. I am now, yeah.
We're all singles from Mother Earth. Nobody knows how to argue. I am a god and so are you.
Right.
No matter what came first, we're all one with the universe.
You can go.
Was the Son of God, but that he was a powerful Son of God who came to open everybody's eyes to the fact that you are too.
Oh, I missed the cue. That would have been cool if I just did that. I didn't do it though. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, Alec BTW. I was just trying to kill time until I could get... an instrument, which I have now. I tried to tune this more harmonic series centric, but I realized the major sixth, it just kind of works better. But I tuned it to a minor sixth. So I can do... It's actually, yeah, it's actually easier than me. So it'd be... I am a bit blue. I'm actually feeling pretty good today. Today has been interesting. There is so much I could say about today. It's been a day. It's been Tuesday. No problem. There's a short bout of me getting locked out of my apartment, but that was fine. That was solved in like less than 10 minutes, thanks to modern communication. I'm blue now. I'm changing my color. Yeah, I'm magenta. I need to add that 6. That's like, that's a chord progression I want to write a song with eventually. It's so, I think I have. Butter on sticks and you boiled off your hate. Yeah, you butter on sticks and you boiled off your hate. Every time you walk you feel like you're lugging dead weight. And never takes another waste on another. What? Oh, I don't know that chord. I got a ukulele recently with my roommate. Now it just says I can have it, so I'm gonna pay them back the other half of that money so I can keep this ukulele. What?
I have to go outside to groceries.
Right.
Groceries. May I have those keys?
Anyway, my friend made Game Grumps style pictures for all my friends. Oh, that's awesome. Let's change my color again. Let's put me back. Yeah. That's good. Rescinded their godhead for an hour or so of ukulele fun. Rescinded? What does that mean? I gotta get into frame and then also... There's reasons for these bags under my eyes. It's effort I don't give except in lies. Maybe it's the weight of all the promises that I can't keep. But the universe will not let me sleep. Yeah, don't. I always call it Steve U. Steve verse. What else did I have? Similar chords.
The summer lost on when all of us don't like how the world turns. Plotting out our lives on detailed charts. Though some of you may want the world to burn, the rest of us wish we could see the stars. Though it's hard to see through all the fake lights, but the stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight.
Ukulele. Fuck. Yeah, I was going on a rant before about, like, you know, when adults stick around in like fandom spaces meant for kids. It's fucked up. It's kind of fucked up. I try not to normalize that shit. Vague chords. Welcome, Alec BTW. Let's move on from that conversation. So, the fourth octave of the harmonic series, which starts on the eighth harmonic, contains an 8-tone scale with 2 chromatic ascents, with a 1, 3, 5, and then a tritone, and then 5, and then minor 6, minor 7, and then major 7. Wait. Whoa. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Tritone. 5. Minor 6. And then minor 7, major 7. And then root. I'm so... And I think that's an interesting scale. Interesting scale. It sounds like I'm drunk, but I'm not. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with my speech today. The Undertone series has something similar, but it's basically backwards. Wait. It's that. And that's from the Undertone series. And has 2 chromatic ascents. 1, 2, 3. There's 1 and then The other. And the last 3 holds on. That one bird dragon language made that one time. Yeah, I've been drunk on stream. That's what the fuck is that?
It's meat. It's fried chicken.
Meat?
Yes.
Meat. Can I get a piece of that? Where is that from? Oh boy. I'm being gifted meat. Just tear me off just like a... Thank you. I've been given food. A morsel of chicken.
Can I get some napkins from that back area? Can I get some napkins from that back area?
Yeah, there should be some. Oh my god. I haven't eaten today. You should eat something. Food's good for you. I like to eat food a lot of the time, most days. Most days I eat food. Not every day, actually, but most days. Often. Sometimes more than once a day. Especially if someone just kind of offers me a piece of chicken. I actually asked. I wasn't offered. Why is the stream audio so different? It sounds like you're using one of your vocal mics, but it doesn't seem like the same quality at all. So I have, it's very noisy. If I want it to sound as consistently as I do on like my vocal recordings, I would have to do this. I would have to turn the attack down. I would have to manage all of this. Let's see. And I would also have to take all of the effects away. And I would have to talk directly into this. If I were to, yeah. Why is the stream audio so different? It seems like you're using one of your vocal mics, but it doesn't seem like the same quality. Are you saying it's different, like from what it usually is, like on YouTube, or are you saying it's just different in general? I ain't even trying to entertain. I just kind of want to sort out some kinks in this here streamo. Sam, oh my god. Just like hour of like just studio work fly on the wall. God, I loathe ASMR. Yeah, drop keys. Oh my god.
No, you drop your keys and you're like, God damn it.
Yeah, that's... It clips a good deal when you're singing loudly, and sometimes like, is it recorded through the computer mic? That's probably because of the compression I put on, and also sometimes I crank the audio up higher than it needs to be, and I make up for it with a compressor, and so that creates the element of clipping. So sometimes that happens. I try to avoid it, but the way that I stream, the current setup that I have, I'm trying to figure out a different way to get audio like directly into a streaming system and then get video and audio from another computer that I'm working on, that I can then, you know, stream the video from that. If there was a way to just work on my laptop, hook my laptop up to a couple monitors, and then, you know, have the video output to something that this can capture, I would try to figure that out and get that going. If there's a way I could build this stream again with OBS, I would totally do that, because then I could stream from fucking anything. There's a lot of experimentation I want to do, but I really like Twitch as a platform. I think it's a pretty cool place, and I know people that stream on Twitch. And that chicken, are you just holding it on frame?
Yeah, it doesn't really look good on frame. You get a good crunch?
I think I got some cartilage.
Sorry.
No, what? Oh, that's good. Also, let me see if I can do this, because I'm not sure. This works sort of on and off. God, that chicken's so good.
Yeah.
I just kind of like barbarously just like, am I a dog?
I mean, I'm just holding it out for you to, if you want to grab a piece. I don't know. Alright.
Fuck. I'll do it. That one definitely got cartilage.
Oh. I'm sorry. Dang. Well,
That's what I get for being an album. You did an entire album as to why yes. Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't get to do Jackal Furry Gold Tier. That song didn't make the album. I am a dog and so are you. Yeah. The dog god dichotomy.
Oh, that's right, a bump. Okay. I tried to do a crunch, and it was just bone.
Bones crunch.
No, I don't.
Butter on sticks and you boiled off your hate. And every time you walk you feel like you're lugging dead weight. And every step you take's another waste on another day gone by. Can't bring yourself to cry, you've tried enough.
Ah, yeah.
And the room fills up with piles of empty cans. You're so cold that you're afraid to touch your hands. And you will confess this pit's a mess, but you'll sit in your gloom. This place feels like a tomb, and that's just fine. Your posture slumps, your joints hurt and you ache. You can't feel your pulse or even tell if you're awake. So close your blinds and stay inside, 'cause you know that you're scared. C'est la vie, and who cares? Life is life, and what's fair is fair. Not exactly new, but now I have a person. Now I have a person I'll watch consistently. A person? You have a person? I would like clarification on that. I'm a little confused about that meaning. But I'm glad you're here regardless. Alright, let's see. If that's that, then where's...
I am the person. I mean you. I was referring rather than not like the emotes. Okay, not you. You are the person, not the thing I was talking about. Right. I am a person and so are you. Also true. We are all person. We're all a person. Okay, I'm trying to figure out... Fuck. Okay, so... Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to the Cave's place. Didn't Tooch start that?
Probably. Yeah.
I'm not even doing anything with the, Wah. Wah. Put me back to full screen. Here I am. I'm saturated. Desaturate me.
Red poked me in the nose.
I've had less saturation. Chicken. Alright. Ah.
Look up, calm down. Solid advice, but I've come to hate the sound. It's late, so get to bed. It's all in your head. It's all in your head. Thinking about if you think of me, if then me is thinking of you, thinking how I think of you. I missed a couple pills, maybe it's anxiety. Not doing half the things my doctor told me I should do, but I passed the tipping point. Just like I shouldn't have. The thought of the coin spinning. I passed the tipping point, just like I shouldn't have. Third side of the coin spinning till I take it back. I know my head is sick, but I'm more sick of it. 'Cause I don't wanna think myself to death. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
God. Yeah, the whole thing's 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2. The rhythm never changes. That whole song was. Here's backstory. Here's some trivia about Sick of It. I've said this before, but like, I'd gone on hiatus for a year basically, and like halfway through it, I realized like I had to finish this album, and I just like wasn't happy with like half the shit on it. And so I sort of just, in a style parody of like my own writing style, wrote a thing about, and it was because we had a show in 2 days. Me and Jared were gonna play an acoustic show in 2 days. Ace Alpha on South I Can't Keep. But basically that song was written about like as a style parody, sort of just like kind of trying to grind like musical tropes that I had all through the last album into the ground and just like make fun of them. So like the fucking strumming pattern that never changes, and like the chords from past songs that are like sped up and shit. And then the fucking hook is just the pre-chorus melody backwards. So it's just a fucking. It's a very like the whole composition of the song says I'm sick of it, and I was happy with how that turned out, even though I wrote it in like a day. It's those songs that just come out of fucking nowhere that are the best. I have a pick now. That's it.
Look up, calm down. Solid advice, but I've come to hate the sound. It's late, so get to bed. It's all in your head. It's all in your head. Up thinking about if you think of me, if that me is thinking of you, thinking how I think of you. I missed a couple pills, maybe it's anxiety. Not doing half the things my doctor told me I should do, but I passed the tipping point like I shouldn't have. Died of the coin spinning till I take it back. I know my head is sick, I'm more sick of it. Cause I don't wanna think myself to death. I'm sick of it, I'm sick of it, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, I'm sick of it, I'm sick of it.
What other songs can I play with these same fucking chord sets? So... the topic I haven't released stuff yet, but I want to thank you because you've been a huge inspiration. Also, you made me kind of rethink gender when that was news, and as a now trans girl, I really appreciate you. Literally everything about you, what you do has been impacting me somehow, even if only a little. Sorry if I'm getting too cheesy. No, I really appreciate that. I really like hearing that stuff. Thank you so much. It's kind of one of the reasons that I want to keep trucking is just cause like I like that, you know, I've wandered into some dark places, and I think, you know, for people that are like vulnerable and for people who are like figuring stuff out, there's a lot of like different kind of like vibes that you can get caught in. And I kind of like just being, oh, it's Tooch. I kind of like just being, you know, sort of placing myself placing myself in that whole, Sheepy Cap is now following, thank you. In whatever fucking category, whatever direction or orientation I'm throwing myself, I just want to plant myself there and then show that, you know, you can be a productive adult. You can live an interesting life without trying to, like, chase riches and you know, and also without focusing too much on I don't know what I'm gonna say. Basically, I'm trying to be a good example, and it really helps, like, you know, my confidence too, to hear that other people are getting good vibes out of this and that it's helping them. So, thank you. Thank you for showing up, and thank you for being here. I really appreciate that. Oh, the... Late, Spoonie. I have 13 followers now. Wait. Let me reload this. Let me check again. I want to make sure I get this right.
Zero follow, yeah.
Play Spoonie out with aggressive ukulele. So, there was a thing that me and a friend did earlier today, which was figuring out scale degrees of the harmonic series. I actually can't actually do. His incredibleness should probably go too. I've been putting in front of... Well, it's been good. I'm glad you stopped by. I may be doing this on Twitch more. This is an interesting little paradigm here. I like that I don't really like the super chat thing. I'm gonna put a Streamlabs donation thing and it'll function essentially the same and give you the same, like, you know, pop-ups and whatever. I can also stream to both at once, and that would be kind of insane. And if I am gonna test that, it's probably gonna be on the weekend and for not very long. But this seemed pretty straightforward. I have everything set up for it. There's more that I want to build into the stream. There's a couple more experiments that I want to do still here. Oh no. Okay, there we go. I never use Twitch. Is it cool if I post my stuff here when I finally release it? If you wanna, you can, yeah, you should go to the Discord. If you go to highmcase.com/discord, we have, you know, music chats there. If you're a patron, then, you know, you can get extra roles for that. But if you pop in, we'll see ya. Yeah, Marty linked it. Okay, I want to see if I can get this camera thing working. Is there a lightning cable over there somewhere? Like a phone charger? Twitch is always really awkward.
Come on. There we go.
Do you send it in a server? Well, yeah, there's music chats. There's also art chats. There's, are you... oh, I'm not on Discord on here. Let me go on Discord. While my, phone is, charging. What the hell? Wait, what is that?
Oh,
it needs to be updated?
Yes.
Yeah. Update it. What? Hang on. SAP needs to be updated by the developer to work on this version of iOS. Oh. Well. I'm gonna find the equivalent. Lightning cable. Yeah. Wirecast Go? Is that what I want? Produce live broadcast pairs perfectly with Wirecast desktop. I'm gonna see if I can do this. Because then what I could do is I could just get video of the other, Someone nearly... Is that them? No. No, that's earlier. Yeah. All right. Settings. Options, direct cam to Wirecast, always allow. Okay, how do I do that? Wirecast cam. Shit, I don't know. Is that a... Oh, fuck. It's got an IPv6 address. Thank you. I'm gonna try something cool. This may pay off. It's gonna be pretty, boring until I get it working, though. What's that? Yeah. That, fuck. I just wanna, how do I fucking... Oh boy. Come on. I used to... It's been over a year since I visited Kenosha to do it. Yeah! Yeah! You should come visit again. You can meet Mari, and also Casey, and also Spoonie, and also Doran. I don't know how to get this direct cam to work, I saw it. Let me try this really quick. Wirecast cam. Yeah, I'm trying to get my oh my god. A crime. Wow. What does Orcas go? I don't know if we can do that on this. Oh no. Juggalore, oh no. Okay, wait. I can't. Oh man, I can't. Ah. Ah. I think there is a weird software discrepancy thing. And so that I can't, Wirecast Go 2. Okay. So there's a different, okay, I need to get a third app. Oh, the future. I'm at 1%. Yeah.
I got the first 2 chords.
Go to. Where is it? Wirecast Go. Version 2.2. Okay. So this is the one that I had. How do you stream it though? Wirecast Go to uses Rendezvous technology to connect to Wirecast. What? Ah. What is it compatible with? This is so disappointing. So there's a weird thing where from version 7 of this software to version 8, the phone streaming companion lost support and stopped being updated. So my phone is too new to run the old app. Wow. This is interesting. I want to know where's my Is it just not fucking... I'm finding no results for, like, the thing that I'm looking for. I can't even get an answer. God. I'm trying to ask a simple question to the internet. Does Wirecast Go work with Wirecast 7? I cannot find a single answer of anyone even asking something like remotely related to that. I feel like this would be such an obvious question. Does this software from this provider work with this other software? Oh my god. Nobody's gonna let me know. Wirecast9 is here. I don't... Fuck. Interesting. Anyway, what I was going to show is that there is a whole instrument and rehearsal setup out front, and there is audio that runs into here and into the computer. That is something that I want to do before the end of this year. Just go on Yahoo question or whatever, make a post and wait a day or 3. God. I don't have a day or 3 on this stream here. But I was just gonna show that to show that that's a thing that we can do. There are always, the thing about technology is there's always these weird fucking barriers in the way between me and, like, an obvious thing that I thought I could do. Like, just because of time and the fucking constant decay of technology. You know, you don't update a thing for, like, 6 months and suddenly, like, everything's broken. Yeah. I'll do a 24-hour stream, I'll disappear to do routine shit. I mean, I don't really have too much of a routine. I would do yoga. I'd go running. That would be about it. Get someone in here, like, filling the stream while I'm, like, going out to run. She has to program and she makes games and the shit she does is fucking magic to me. There's someone I know who makes games, and I feel that shit seems like magic. We're trying to... I have this... We've been bouncing off, like, story and ideas, about, like, this procedural planet generation game, because I'm doing a soundtrack for it. And suddenly I've been coming up with way more fucking ideas. Talking to the camera about Juggalo stuff. Oh no. Chase me through a park while talking about, like, Juggalo shit. No! No! We don't have that in Wisconsin! Yeah, I would love to meet anyone else who's got that game talent. You know, this is probably like one of the simplest beats I've ever made. There's drums. There's bass.
It's not simply.
Oh. There I am.
Two.
I am.
Jesus of Nazareth was the Son of God.
I am a God, and so are you. Syllables in the Father's words. We're all citizens from Mother Earth. Nobody knows how to argue. I am a God, and so are you.
This song is really fun to play with. I'm probably still gonna work on it a little more before I put it out on iTunes because, yeah. What else can I throw up on stream while I'm here? Oh yeah, there's that other version of this beat. Let's see if I can find that. I'm gonna open Fridge Base. The people talking on the religious stuff. Okay, so, let's go to the Urantia book. Here's what I can do on my first test stream on Twitch. Let's talk about Truth Book. So, I was talking to my dad one time about stems of the default resolution Twitch sets for the stream is so crispy. I actually upped it to 1080p too from YouTube.
That's great.
Yeah. So my dad once gave me this book after I was talking about, you know, things I wrote in like my book Mythos and how like, yeah, there's 8 universes and they're arranged in this kind of like way where they like interact with each other, and I'm trying to figure out the schema. I know one's full of like birds or dragons and clouds and shit. I know that one is like, you know, starry and like a like skies. I know that one's got like, but the, you know, there's these forces, and these forces kind of just are moved, are kind of supported, like, you know, roll over like these different people and these different realities. And so like the whole thing, like there's just like a power stem of like an organism that's just made up of a bunch of people doing a thing. And I was describing like how my fucking Mythos for 10 years, how all of this shit like in my head was bouncing around. After you should eat if you're hungry. If you're not hungry, if your stomach doesn't hurt, then you don't need to eat. But if your stomach hurts, if you feel weak, if you cannot get up and do like 10 push-ups right now, or if you're not used to doing push-ups, if you cannot get up and do like 20 jumping jacks right now, then you need to eat.
You know, diet is a 4-letter word.
Diet is a 4-letter word, but you can you can change that by making it die, and then you not eat, because if you don't eat, you die. You don't have to eat all the time. Just make sure if you're feeling weak, you should probably eat. You can't spell diet without die. Yeah, they saw that coming. Anyway, let's talk about the Urantia book. So my dad reached behind, like, these things in a bookshelf and pulled out this huge blue tome with gold text on it in this, like, authoritative sans serif font. Let's see if I can find a cover of it. It's the hardcover. It's this shade of blue, too, yeah. Yep, there it is. That's it. This is the Urantia book. Actually, mine doesn't look like that. Mine has a cooler font. I don't think I'll find it, but you guys get the gist. It's a blue book with gold text. So this is a really interesting fucking thing. Imagine, so I talk about like things that the Bible says. I talk about that a lot. Where's Truth Book? Read. Yes. Plugged her. It's. Ooh. Where? Wow, I don't have Discord up.
Games.
Wow. Wow.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm currently trying to throw together something in the Mythos that I was bringing back before. There's 2 universes in it that I would really like to make a game in, and this framework basically of all of the world building and shit that I've been writing to justify if a game had to be made. This is how you justify doing all of its procedural generation shit, and this is what you can do with it. basically, I found out that it essentially fit into the framework of how this presents the structure of the universe. It uses a bunch of crazy terms, so we can see here the front matter. We have the universal Father, the nature of God, the attributes of God, God's relation to the universe, God's relation to the individual, the eternal Son, relation to the eternal Son to the universe. So there's a bunch of these. There's like 200, there's 196. And it goes through like the general workings of the universe, then it goes through following that path of how these things work to get to where we are currently, and then it talks about you know, like what all religions have been trying to parse from like shit that Revelations has been told. And apparently this thing came from Chicago, where someone who was like someone was just knocked out, and his psychologist was like listening, and this dude would just go on and on and on and on about like all of these crazy, like, just fucking, just, like, verbal, just, like, just straight up, like, transmission. And so they wrote it all down. That's the story. That's the lore. I don't know how much of any of that I believe, but this book is fucking fascinating. Like, you don't have to believe the Voynich manuscript was, like, dropped from an alternate universe to think it's cool. It's not. It's actually Turkish. Some Turkish people found that out. Europeans have been trying for hundreds of years to figure out the Voynich manuscript, and some fucking Turkish people looked at it and was like, oh, that's Turkish. Anyway, in paper 2, The Nature of God of the Urantia book, it's pretty, do you wanna, I could try to explain some of the Urantia book if you guys want to know where some of this batshit philosophy first came from. Like, for me, at least. Because this is ground zero. This is all of the stuff that you hear. I had a dream about this exact thing like a month ago. Oh, boy. Anyway. Inasmuch as man's highest possible concept of God is embraced within the human idea and ideal of a primal and infinite personality, it is permissible, and may prove helpful, to study certain characteristics of the divine nature which constitutes the character of deity. The nature of God can be best understood by the revelation of the Father which Michael of Nebadon unfolded in his manifold teachings in his superb mortal life in the flesh. The divine nature can also be better understood by man if he regards himself as a child of God and looks up to the Paradise Creator as a true spiritual father. The nature of God can be studied in a revelation of... Okay, so it's this for 2,000 pages. It's this. It's like Bible thin pages. I have to watch it later. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. That's a lot of words. Wait, I get it. Mood the VA. Okay. Mood Theva. Thanks for coming by. So this is all describing a concept that I would describe with the vertical harmonic series, but I don't really have that on me right now. But to study certain characteristics of the divine nature which constitute the character of deity. The nature of God can be best understood with the revelation, blah, blah, blah. Embraced within the human idea and the ideal of a primal and infinite personality. So it is, when you have the first time something jumps out of the harmonic series, the second octave contains this perfect fifth. And nothing can ever just be such a single fucking, like, oneness kind of thing in the stage. It's so difficult for us to conceptualize. We have to give it some kind of, like, abstract name. So that's what this is talking about. The true spiritual father is basically the root of the hierarchy, essentially. Or not the root of the hierarchy, but the top of the hierarchy. As it, the parent, the parental, the parent of the hierarchy. Like a cascade downward. So this is, so the audio that I used was actually just, if you can hear this. Fuck. No. It's not, wow, this thing did not know what I was trying to do like 3 times in a row. Don't do that. Give me Sapphire.
Characteristics
there we go.
of the divine nature, which constitute the character of deity. The nature of God can best be understood
So
by the
it's this
revelation
voice.
of himself. And consequent universal primacy is fully shared with any save his coordinate associates of the Paradise Trinity. Infinity of personality must
No,
perforce
what the fuck?
embrace all finitude of personality. Hence, the truth, literal truth, of the teaching which declares that in him we live and move and have our being. That fragment of the pure deity of the Universal Father which indwells mortal man is a part of the infinity of the
Man.
first great source and center, the Father of Fathers.
Okay,
2.
so
A faithful creator. The divine creator is also the universal disposer, the source and destiny of souls. He is the supreme soul, the primal mind, and the unlimited spirit of all creation. The great controller makes no mistakes. He is resplendent in majesty and glory. The Creator God is wholly devoid of
this
fear
is-
and enmity. He is immortal, eternal, self-existent, divine, and bountiful.
it just keeps going.
How pure and beautiful, how deep and unfathomable is the supernal ancestor of all
How
things.
much can you say about God except a bunch
The
of like
infinite
positive stuff?
is most excellent
like it's
in
just
that
the
he
Bible,
imparts
but just a
himself to
fractal
men.
of the Bible.
He
like
is
you
the
zoomed
beginning
into
and
the
the
Bible.
end, the Father of every good and perfect purpose.
Jesus of Nazareth. It says Jesus
With
of
God,
Nazareth.
all things are possible. The eternal Creator is the cause of causes.
With God, all things are possible.
Notwithstanding the infinity of the stupendous manifestations of the Father's eternal and universal personality, he is unqualifiedly self-conscious of both his infinity and eternity. Likewise, he knows fully his perfection and power. He is the only being in the universe, aside from his divine coordinates, who experiences a perfect, proper, and complete appraisal of himself. The Father constantly and unfailingly meets the need of the differential of demand for himself as it changes from time to time in various sections of his master universe. The great God knows and understands himself. He is infinitely self-conscious
Let's
of
just-
all his primal attributes of perfection. God is not a cosmic accident. Neither is he a universe experimenter.
Nothing is new
The
to
universe sovereigns may engage in adventure. The constellation fathers may experiment. The system heads may practice. But the universal Father sees the end from the beginning.
Yeah.
And his divine plan and eternal purpose actually embrace and comprehend all the experiments and all the adventures of all his subordinates in every world, system, and constellation in every universe of his vast domains. No thing is new to God, and no cosmic
Yeah.
event ever comes as a surprise. He inhabits the circle of eternity. He is without beginning or end of days. To God there is no past, present, or future. All time is present at any given moment. He is the great and only I Am. The Universal Father is absolutely
I
and
should
without
just loop this.
qualification infinite in all his attributes. And this fact, in and of itself, automatically shuts him off from all direct personal communication with
And just
finite material
record
beings
the entire
and other
fucking...
lowly created intelligences. And all this necessitates such arrangements for contact and communication with his manifold creatures as have been ordained. First, in the personalities of the Paradise Sons of God, who, although perfect in divinity, also often partake of the nature of the very flesh and blood of the planetary races, becoming one of you and one with you. Thus, as it were, God becomes man, as occurred in the bestowal of Michael, who was called interchangeably the Son of God and the Son of Man. And second, there are the personalities of the Infinite Spirit, the various orders of the seraphic hosts and other celestial intelligences, who draw near to the material beings of lowly origin, and in so many ways minister to them and serve them. And third, there are the impersonal mystery monitors, thought adjusters, the actual gift of the great God himself, sent to indwell such as the humans of Urantia, sent without announcement and without explanation. In endless...
So I have not read all of this book. It's insane. Keep Me Honest is about a very specific kind of experience that that it kind of sounds insane to talk about, but it's just keep me honest about the experience I had, kind of learning what religious experience comes from biologically and physiologically, and learning that like the ways to best activate it are doing mantras. And then, you know, just these, like, you know, the feelings of, like, your biological machinery doing certain things. What if all gods from all mythos and religion existed all at once, like sitting in another plane arguing over who does what, because there's already a guy who does it? Right on. Dead on. That's dead on. 100%. That's, like, that's the core of the... Man, I'm gonna explain the universe. This is a music stream. Do I have the, Let's see if I have the vertical intervals.
T-posing.
Yeah.
T-posing so you...
T-pose like
so
Jesus.
So you know you're right.
Like Jesus.
I'm T-posing. Because you're right.
Jesus.
Religious T-pose.
Oh, man. Okay, let's... Oh, man. I wish I had numbers. Where's my numbers? That's Grantia, Crovian. Oh no. Fuck. I gotta take out the mythos names. Shit. I can't be giving my story away.
No.
Oh boy. Oh, this is a map I've been wanting to fucking show for a while. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. Okay, yeah, this'll work. This'll work. Fuck. Oh boy. It's the perfect opportunity to answer his second question. I am. It's almost 9 p.m. What time is it here? Oh, it's almost 8. Man, I've been streaming for a while. I know Twitch works. That's cool. Alright. Come on, give me a chart. Eleven megabytes. Give me 50% of this. I can work with that. I can definitely work with that. Interval 2. Okay. Okay. Let's send these. This is such a slow stream.
It's bonus.
Oh, I gotta turn on Bluetooth. Oh boy. So the stream's gonna be hosted on Twitch only. I'm gonna do a little transitionary period where I do 2 streams. I'm gonna do the rest of this week's streams on YouTube. I'm gonna try on the weekend to try to stream to both at once and see how that works. And then eventually I might pick, but I don't know. If I could just do both, that'd be cool. So here's, I don't know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? You can see my screen. Here's a thing. Oh boy. Twitch only. So this is, when I talk about the harmonic series, here is a map of the harmonic series. Sounds good. Either way, we'll get in case streams. Yeah. 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 And hopefully soon we're gonna be doing highlights too. So, you know, the stream goes up, and then it goes unlisted. We're gonna start taking those unlisted videos, cutting highlights from them, putting up the full streams, and then putting up highlights over, you know, day by day. So there's gonna be a lot of fucking content soon. Hopefully, we'll rev up to it. I want to start blasting you like I did that one day on YouTube. Here's the harmonic series though. This is something that I talk about. So if you take a pitch and you take a set of waves, say like 100 hertz, and you multiply by 2, so 200 hertz. It's an octave. Dun 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 dun. Let me get my ukulele. So you get this is an octave. It's the same note. I could totally make a second channel for stream highlights. I could. I might make a second channel for... The thing is, if I do streams on here, I could do a second channel for full streams, and then use the highlights as, like, the content of my main shit. That's another idea. I'll be playing around with this. So, once you multiply a pitch by 3 in this octave 2 to 3 here, we have this third. This third harmonic is a perfect fifth. Before the perfect fifth had its name, the perfect fifth, it was known as the dominant interval because it is the perfect harmony interval within that root. If you go up to this next one, you get this interesting 1, 3, 5, 7. So tuning all of these back down, so the octave third is back down to here. So I'm basically taking every one of these octaves and then transposing them down to the same octave, so you can hear the complexity rather than just the ascent. So in this one you get 1, 3, 5, and 7. Harmonic 7 is actually a 7th in chord terms. The 6 here is just an octave of the perfect fifth. Every time you double a number, or multiply it by 2, you get an octave of it. And so 3, 6, 12. This is supposed to be 12. It just has a V there. 24, etc. So this is the barbershop chord. I'm sorry. I'm glad you could stop by. Yeah, but this is octave 3 of the harmonic series. This is the solar plexus chakra. It is the choice between the perfect and the comfortable and the struggle that will resolve. Yeah. And this is basically the Holy Trinity. If you try to conceptualize anything under here, you end up here. If you try to conceptualize anything here and boil it down, you end up here. But here, in the 4th octave of the harmonic series, there is this scale that I was playing earlier, and it is 1. It is 8, 9, 10, and then 11 is a tritone. The 11th harmonic is a tritone. It is 6 semitones up. And it is halfway through, exactly halfway in between a 12-note scale. But it's actually lower, just below the perfect, in this scale. Then you get a minor 6th, and then you jump up to a minor 7th, and then a major 7th, and then an octave. So you have the there, but in between them, there's one interval each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, that's 8, actually. Welcome, Shiobun. The Devil's Chord. Yes. Yes. I'm talking about the origins of harmony. So, the thing is, this octave of the harmonic series is basically the conceptual space between the heart and the throat chakra. This is where music notes are. This is the overtone octave 4 scale. Welcome, Shiobun. And it's actually, you know, much different. I'm playing an equal temperament, so it's a bit sharp and flat from what it would normally be. I'm jumping around a little bit too much. Let me stop that. Let's find the harmonic series. Let's find it. Let's just find videos of harmonic series. 1 to 32. Just... what do harmonic series really sound like? Just play me a harmonic series. I just want to hear a harmonic series. Overtones. Harmonic series demonstration. Actually, I don't want to use someone else's content. But essentially, you know, I'm approximating these fairly well. The 7 is usually a bit flat, so it's like, it's more like that, but that's easier to play on frets. There's also an undertone scale. There's also an undertone series that complements all of this, but essentially, beyond this, there are these... The next octave of the harmonic series is more complex. It has... between every note, it has another skip between every step of this. So you get minor intervals with these, but you also get a bunch of extra junk intervals, especially these ones between the 4th and the tritone, and the 5th and the 6th. And all these extra 7s here. So you don't really... I can't really play a scale. It would be, you know, me... you know, something like that. But basically, these are supplements for filling in harmonics if you were to try to build things off of these chords. This is a means with which to understand and construct harmony from the less savory intervals in this. But the less savory intervals in this we've actually quantized with harmonics from a different series, which is the undertone series. And it's basically the overtone series but backwards. So you start with a 4th, or you start with an octave, you add a 4th to it. What does the right-left placement of the circles on the chart mean? It's sort of a mythos thing, but it's basically, if you viewed this from the top down, you would see the seed of life chart, and I'm placing them where they would be on the x-axis of the seed of life chart. So, let me look up the seed of life chart. So if you took harmonics 1 to 7 and drew this chart with it, say in every octave there is up. I'm gonna show you side dude. Yeah, there's this thing. In every octave there's this larger circle, and then there's this circle in the middle. So there's this, and then there's this doubling of it. And then in between that doubling of it, there's these branches outward. And so essentially how this works is you have a triangle going this one, and this one up here. And then you have a triangle underneath it going this one, this one, this one under here. And these organize themselves as, say, root, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. This is a conceptual, geometrical conception we kind of have to form, and then you get to octave, which is the larger part. And so, like, we organize music to this because it makes more sense to us. So, if it's a 7 or a second, it's usually, it's on this side of the chart. If it's a 4 or a 5 or a tritone, it's closer to this side. If it's a 3 or a 6, it's in the middle. And so that's how I kind of... So if you imagine this kind of cycle spinning, and that the spiral gets more filled in every time, that's essentially what I'm marking here. But the undertone series... So you start with the octave, and then a fourth, which is your perfect interval in that. It's the same thing as a fifth, but just inverted. That's a fifth. That's a fourth. It's not perfect. I'm not quite in tune. But on top of that, you get, on the 1, you get a 4, a minor 6, and... Wait. Wait a minute. That's what it is. That's the overtone series, and then the undertone series chord is that. So, the fifth harmonic in the undertone series is a sixth. A minor sixth. So it's a minor third interval. And then the fourth is the perfect interval in the harmonic series, and then the 7 actually equates to a second. Or a 9. Yeah. It's a weird, like, kind of switch between chords. The undertone series scale is also pretty interesting. You get the right at the beginning, and then tritone, or up a fourth to a tritone, and then whole tones up from there. So, wow. That's the undertone series. Whereas the first one starts whole, 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 half, half, whole, half, half. This one is half, what, root, half, half, whole, half, half, whole, whole, whole. Yeah. So it's, the steps are backwards. And essentially those two scales can be combined and compatible into the current 12-note scale that we have, because 12 is an octave of that 6th circle grid. This, I tend to relate to chakra. I tend to relate to a lot of things. If I talk about the perfect fifth, it's because that once you have a stage of nothing, of just void, there's a thing that appears in it, and then it has to make decisions about stuff. And this whole thing's a self-similar fractal. By the time you get to the third, the perception of the thing that there's two other things leads to the level of complexity of there being two other things to consider. Once there are other things to consider, then this circle here has to consider, you know, what links these things to it, what relates me to these things, and what relates those things to the world around me. So then more stuff gets filled in. And so the reason why the tritone is the evil interval, the reason why that's the evil interval is because it's the uncanny valley. The perfect fifth is our power chord. It's very authoritative. And the perfect fourth is very comfortable. Both of these are perfect intervals. They have the same consonants, just off a different root. But the tritone sounds so bad. That's because it's the uncanny valley between the fourth, which is a constructed interval, and from the undertone series, and not the constructed interval, it's from the undertone series. So this undertone series perfect interval and the overtone series perfect interval have an uncanny valley, and they both have the same 11th harmonic, actually. It's both the tritone. So the undertone and overtone series both share a tritone. Interesting things about the harmonic series. The way that we count chord intervals, too, comes from the harmonic series. So if we have a third, a fifth, and a seventh, that kind of opens our gateway to the rest of the chord above the octave, which we then call the 9, the 11, and the 13, once we go up that scale. If you want to build all 7 intervals into a scale, you stack them in thirds, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and 13, and then you end up back at the octave. That comes from this harmonic series. All music comes from just these mathematical relations. And this is essentially 100 hertz, 200 hertz, 300 hertz, 400 hertz, 500 hertz, 600 hertz, 700 hertz, 800 hertz, 900 hertz, 1000 hertz, etc. 15, this is 1500 hertz if you use 100 hertz as a baseline. 24, that's 2400 hertz if you use this as a baseline. It's really easy to figure this stuff out. It's just counting. Nature can count, and when nature counts, this is the effect that you get from it. It's music, it's harmony, it's the reason anything ever happens in the universe ever. Our atoms are made of this, or our subatomic particles are made of this, and they come together to form this thing, which makes more of these things, which creates a whole, like, variety of stuff. Infinite layers of complexity. By the time you get past this, there is no harmonic information to be gleaned. If you want to get something from 32 notes between octaves, 64 notes between octaves, 128 notes between octaves, what you have to do is find a note, and then find a relation to that note that resembles or is similar to a relationship that is, you know, gained from information lower on in these in octave 3 and octave 4 of these intervals. Or octave 3 and octave 4 of the harmonic series. So, when you get above octave 5, when you get into language, language is useful. I don't know why I said language. I'm jumping too many. When you get above 5, when you get above just the abstract tones, extra overtones, which is how we process language, is processing the extra consonantal overtones in between and over the cadence of which we speak. The cadence of which we speak, the tone of it, it happens here. The higher overtones, the consonants, happen up here. And then concepts and etc., etc. If you want to find order between a grid of, you know, whatever the hell, you have to pick points and start drawing overtones from them. All I'm seeing is the universe getting far more complex, and at the top is just a bunch of spiritual universal white noise. Yes. Yes. Yes, and in order to glean anything from the white noise, you have to pick one of these circles, and you have to find numbers that relate to it, and concepts that relate to it the same way that these harmonics do. If aliens can reach us, then aliens have music, and they would like the same chords that we do. Because they're baked into the mathematic of mathematics in general. This is what counting does. Counting gives you these increasing levels of complexity in relation to each other. Music is just a ritualistic application of mathematical ratios, and that's why I love it. Yeah. Yes, we could communicate to aliens through music. I believe that, here's the thing, this also corresponds to chakra. This corresponds to the different, you know, like, things you have to worry about with each chakra. Root, you just have to worry about what's going into root. Where do you put your root? What is your environment? What are you surrounding yourself with? What are you putting into yourself? Octave 2, your sacral chakra, deals with you and the other. Individuality, attraction, passion, obsession. What is you and what is the other in your perspective? The 5th deals with, or not the 5th, the 3rd octave is the perfect 5th. The 3rd harmonic, which is this thing here, it's a different kind of individuality. It's agency. And so this opens you up to the thing about the 3rd, or the perfect 5th. It is the 3rd harmonic, it is the 5th interval, and it is the 7th semitone. So if you try to glean any information from this thing, you get 3 things, and they are 3, 5, and 7. Just so happens. So in our 3rd dimensional universe, we get this shit. I need to mute. Okay. So this is essentially the Holy Trinity. This is, you know, a self, and then this is choice between comfort and danger. Or comfort and struggle. Between, that and... Perfect. Not. But this feels like it'll pull you upward. So that's why this is useful. I wrote Titans here because it's like the gas giants. Coffee. Thank you.
Ooh, excuse me.
The heart has 7 layers of muscle around it. They're twisted in angles that complete like one kind of like golden reach. I don't know the fucking numbers of it. There's 7 layers of muscles around the heart. The 4th chakra is the heart chakra. The harmonics of your heartbeat and the harmonics of your breath determine a lot of cycles in your body. Definitely the regulation of hormones, definitely which nervous systems are active. And the way, the very way that you steer the sort of cyclone of, the way that your heart pumps blood, the way that you steer that is determined by these subtle variations in how emotions are hitting you. And this is the emotional palette. It's the 7-tone scale. So, so we recognize this. It kind of keeps showing up throughout nature. This is how nature counts. This is a constant. It's just how it works. This is numbers. This is numbers. This is fucking just, this is counting. So you get to this next power of 2, and then fucking, yeah, this is language. You know, we recognize approximately this many symbols, or this many variants of this many symbols. We can hold these many different kinds of phonemes in our head as ways that we can pronounce things. And then we give those, then we combine those things into words with these other connections. We combine those words into abstract concepts in the grid. And then we get up, beyond this, you get up to E8. And there's nothing really there beyond E8. It's kind of the shape from which we all grow. But this is the harmonic series. That's why I love music. Fuck. Bicycle, just pedaling, 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 pedaling along. Headed to the studio by serving in cold water. And when I get there, I'm gonna sing this song. I'm gonna sing,
Oh yeah, oh my, I don't give a fuck about a DUI. You can take away my license, but you can't take away my pride. Singing, oh yeah, oh my, I'ma keep drinking till the day I die. 2 wheels is the way I ride. Da 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 da. God.
As read in genius.com, my computer almost fell on me.
Nice face. Also yours.
Hi. What? Where did I leave? Hi.
What?
It's gonna-
Wow, you're just gonna meme?
Oh yeah, oh my. Memes.
If we look at any subatomic particle, the smallest thing we can tell its mass, its mass, its spin, I believe, or velocity, and its charge. Its mass, its charge, and its spin. I think that's it. Mass, charge, and spin.
Yeah.
Spin is a cycle. Mass is the material that forms. Charge is energy. This is the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. Or the Holy Spirit, rather. This is fucking the scorer, the singer, and the song. This is 357. This is fucking yeah. This is the Holy Trinity. It's octave 3 of the harmonic series. Starts on harmonic 4. So 7 4s, 6 4s, 5 4s. If you wanna calm yourself down, breathe in for 4 counts. Breathe in for 4 heartbeats specifically. Out for 6. In for 6 heartbeats. Or in for 4 heartbeats. Out for 6. What I do sometimes is I go in 4, out 4, in 4, out 5, in 4, out 6. Makes me calm down fucking super fast. If you wanna like fucking root yourself fast, 4, then hold 7, struggle 7, release 8, 4, 7, 8, and that like, you know, inhales you and then takes you into fucking ghost space and then brings you to the next. It's all these numbers, and your body recognizes it because your body is fucking built on this.
Breathe out for how long?
Huh?
For the 7 hold.
You breathe in for 4,
Okay.
you hold for 7, breathe out for 8,
Okay.
and then you breathe in again. And when you do this stuff, breathe to your own count, and then once you start noticing your heartbeat, breathe to your heartbeat. This is why I say all this shit about meditation and breath work. This is why. This is why. We're built on this. And so, acknowledging this just sort of helps. You can look at Kabbalah maps, you can look at a lot of different religious shit, but, like, here's the thing. Everything's waves. Everything's waves. Everything's waves, and everything we know of is made of 3 things. Chords are made of 3 things. We're made of 3 things. Atoms are made of 3 things. There's 4 elements. We can see and deal with 3 of them. Air, sorta. We can do that with tools. But yeah, music is just wiggly air, and matter is just wiggly stuff. It's just waves. You don't need to believe it's a god, like, because consciousness operates off this too. Everything operates off this. Nature operates off this. It's like the Fibonacci sequence. This and the Fibonacci sequence are fucking eternal constants. So, like, you know, you can think, the mind works like this. The mind sorts concepts based on schemas, based on this level of dimensionality. The amount of connections that any neuron can have is 8 at any given time. So there are potential 8 dimensions of simplices. Oh my god, Alec BTW. That's a conversation that Jared and I had like 2 years ago. What did the first people who heard cicadas think? Like, oh yeah, it's just the trees. They scream when it gets hot. Me and Jared had that conversation like fucking years ago. We had that conversation a couple weeks ago too. We were outside listening to the cicada scream. But yeah, the legendary tricycle. God. Jesus. Yeah, so Jesus is the third harmonic. Jesus was perfect, had complete agency, and also arose. And so Jesus, the story of Jesus is supposed to be like solar plexus juice. Get you pumped full of serotonin, which is made in your stomach. Sun juice.
Yay. Melatonin is moon juice.
Huh?
Melatonin is moon juice.
Melatonin is moon juice, and that's made by your pineal gland.
Oh, get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the dream center. Yeah. Also, fucking, yeah, I'm just gonna wake all y'all up. I don't care. Google the pineal gland. I've talked about this before. Google the pineal gland. It used to be in frogs. It was done on their forehead that showed them when light was out. And it's connected right to your visual cortex. It's right next to your fucking pituitary gland. It's sitting in the same like pool of fluid. Cerebrospinal fluid. There is DMT found in cerebrospinal fluid. It methylates in the lungs, they found in rabbits and in rats. Not in humans yet, but they have found it endogenously in humans. So if you breathe rhythmically, if you breathe in a way that tunes certain nervous centers out, and then breathe enough to methylate tryptamine in your body, which you can get from tryptophan, which is another thing I talk about a lot. It'll put dimethyltryptamine, which is what people call the religious or the God particle or whatever the fuck, the religion, whatever. It's one aspect of this. It's one physiological aspect. There's multiple, but I'm explaining one pathway to which this experience occurs. There is a lot of these primitive corneal cells around the pineal gland that will react to DMT when it comes in contact with it. And so people who smoke DMT just straight are just kind of pouring like light juice over this primitive gland that doesn't really know how to make clear pictures. And so it just sends a bunch of visual like information to us, and also sends a bunch of hormones out to the pituitary gland to feel like really fucking calm and chill and welcomed. And so if you look at scriptures that talk about walking in the light, feeling full of God's light, the eye is the lamp of the body. If thine eye be single, thy whole body will be full of light. It's the third eye. And it's essentially the place where your attention falls when you close your eyes, and when you're not focusing on your eyelids anymore when you sleep, when you're laying down and you just kind of like flip back. If you can keep your perception back there when you have your eyes open, that's how you open your third eye. Also meditating. So what that does, because it is the dream center of the brain, if you activate it more often, if you stimulate it more often, and I'm not going to get into the whole fluoride and all that fucking decalcification shit, but here's the point, and it works even if you don't just have a pineal gland. There's a lot of other bodily like functions that in physiology that makes this work, like serotonin. Serotonin's another really fucking good benefit of this. Willpower, which is mainly what the Jesus thing is. You don't need to have like a huge enlightenment experience to be like successful or like, you know, happy, but basically, there's a weird flower-shaped kind of pine cone gland in our head that you can flood with light chemicals by vibrating the cerebrospinal fluid and breathing in such a way that calms your nerves, methylates your if you breathe out more than you breathe in, which is what you normally do when you sing, when you breathe out more than you breathe in, you activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which is the one that slows you down. You do that and you stoke some biological chemicals, and it gives you that. If you ever seen anyone jumping around high on Jesus, that's what they're on. They're on that endogenous feel-good chemical. It's DMT and serotonin. It's endocannabinoids. It's, you know, all of these chemicals that your body produces when it wants and knows it's going to feel good. It's one angle of God. One angle of God is approached us is through the flower. Yeah. But, there's physiological, yeah. You know, I'm not going to say that DMT is not produced in the pineal gland. It is something that is biosynthesized, methylated in the lungs, and then it gets put into the cerebrospinal fluid. I'm also just talking out of my ass, so if anyone wants to correct me, they can fucking, like, you know, find whichever misunderstandings I have and correct them. But that's basically what I understand of the pineal gland. We do not have solid evidence that it can produce, like, substantial kinds of, but, you know, anecdotal evidence, if you've ever met someone who's having a crazy fucking religious experience, you know. And plus, me and my friends have seen it. I've seen it and I felt it. You see it and you feel it. And for me, my internal dialogue was, yeah, okay, I get it, right, yeah, okay. That was all I could think. But it's you know, it's interesting. It looks like you're looking at a pine cone from, like, the inside out, and it looks like you're a flower. It looks like you're looking at the sun through what a flower would see, catching light. It brings you in the mental space where there's nothing between you and light. And that's basically the function of the crown chakra / pineal gland experience. There is stuff called lymph, and there is lymph nodes, and there are bundles of nerves throughout different points in our body that tend to line up with the chakra. The chakra was sort of a kind of compiled, rough kind of estimation of where certain tensions and muscle groups are. And they're not too far off conceptually from what those parts of the body deal with. And metaphysically, you know, the extrapolations you can make from them sort of make sense. The fundamental idea is that ideas are fake. Ideas are not material. They're just kind of things that we have to play around with in a sandbox in our head. And so I am not afraid to talk about God and to talk about divinity and to talk about, like, all of these things, like these seemingly supernatural, like, experiences. Because to me, there isn't really a supernatural, there's laws of nature. And this is kind of a fundamental law of nature as far as I found. Any image of God, any conceptualization of God and everything being perfect and everything being perfectly in line and in harmony is just a product of our conceptualization of the harmonic series. Nature's ability to count and count and count and count and count and count, you know, made creatures that developed the ability to, you know, make this mental stage and then fill it with complexity. So that's what we've done. And that's what I believe is sort of the root of all of this philosophical mumbo-jumbo from anywhere. I view the supernatural of all points of time that exist and all at once bleeding into one another. That's essentially what the universe is. It's essentially what the universe is. Anything that can happen does. And you're only experiencing what could happen based on the context that you're in. And so if you think about the mind of God, and you think about the way that, you know, the mind of God would work, if the entire universe is an organism, or just a limb of an organism, or just a huge thinking mind, or a simulation, whatever the fuck, it doesn't matter. How does God think? Like you, but with zero context. It's all operating off the same rules. And with that, I think I'm going to close down the stream, because it's been, it's 8:40.
Oh, jeez.
So this has been interesting. I think this has been the most concise explanation of the harmonic series I've given. I gotta... Anyway, thank you guys for showing up. This has been an interesting experiment. I didn't expect too much out of it. But I know Twitch works now, and that's basically all I was hoping to get out of this. So, I'll be back on Twitch maybe next week, but I will be going back to YouTube for the rest of the streams for this week. I'm going to be building the stream a little bit more over the next week, and I hope you guys had fun chilling around, and I hope you guys know a little bit more about nature, maybe, after the Urantia Book and Harmonic series shit. This is all I mean, like, here's the thing. After all the stuff I just said, and after the Urantia Book stuff I showed you, if you go and watch, like, Dan Winter, and then go listen to all of Jacqueline, it will make sense. It'll make much more sense. It won't sound like mumbo jumbo. It'll sound like, oh, these are very clear concepts being explained. But, yeah, a little more than I did prior. Thank you for peering into the void with me. That void being Twitch. But, I will have to sign off. Thank you so much for coming. It's been fun. And I can't quit Wirecast. Mwah.